Appreciate you. And you guys, see y'all tomorrow.
Oh.
Thank y'all for that championship. And me and my husband gonna do such and such, and we're gonna use like in this council to do such and such for y'all too. That's how we do it in front of
Take the mic. Right there at the mic. Yeah, you need to, yeah, because that's where the cameras ain't doing.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, I would like to say thank you to our honorable mayor. Also to our distinguished council members. Thank you all for the service that you all give to our community. Thank you for your support and thank you for your recognition today. You know, these young men that stand before you all, you know, we have a great task as teachers and coaches, you know, trying to mold and shape these young men into helpful and productive members of society. And that's what I've always tried to do. I'm very proud of these young men because they get it done in the classroom as well as on the basketball court. And they are good representatives of the city of Alexandria. And everywhere we travel, New Orleans, Lake Charles, Monroe Shreveport, we try to be goodwill ambassadors for the city of Alexandria. And Peabody High School is a shining star in this city. And we want to thank you for your support. And we wish that you continue to support not only Peabody High School, but the youth of Alexandria. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations to Peabody, 4 horses. Y'all beat one time in 1978.
Beat it with 78.
But for the last 40 plus years, y'all been the fighting star in Alexandria. Hard none. Coach, your mentorship, knowing you and your family and this team, for the nephew TJ, I'm sorry they can't see play. I got my son doing the on me. This is amazing. You guys are abundant for life. I played for the championship in 78 and you lost, and I didn't get over it. But that being said, I just love the game of basketball to be to a lot of places, you know. And it's just amazing. I watch you guys play, and it's just amazing year in and year out the things you guys do for yourself and for this time. And we need more positive. This is positive. This is my life, you know. And coach, this coach right here is up for the Naismith Hall of Fame finalists. And come April 6th, I know that you're gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Naismith Hall of Fame. There you go. 10 championships. 10. Somebody say you need to go another thing. Go and sit down because this is just amazing. I love you guys. Keep up the good work in the classroom and on the court.
Thank you. Thank you so, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coach, you'll go down the list, introduce each one you play.
Yeah, introduce. Introduce all your players.
Introduce the players? Okay, we can do that. We'll start off with on the end down there. See them down there. Charles, would you step forward? There you on top. All right, we'll see. Greg. Eddie. This is the young man that made the winning pass in also an outstanding football player.
Football.
All right, PJ, Peter Lewis, step up. Step up, Isaiah. This is our #1 fan. I don't know if any of you all know Jordan Feast, but this is her great grandson.
Oh, wow.
This young man got got hurt in the quarterfinal game, but he toughed it out. And heavyweight Robert Garland. I know y'all all seen the highlight reel where the young man hit the three-point shot for us to win. This is the young man right here. We have Michael Chu. This young man been with me 4 years. He played all 5 positions. Great young man, and he's going to move on to the college rank. We have Jordan Matthews. And this young man here, he's almost like a son to me. I've done just about everything for him. Mother, daddy, brother, but I love him to death. This is Justin Burns. I have Coach John Ford, who's not here. Kevin Smith is not here. And this is Coach Richland Bryant. Coach Johnson. Assistant coach at Peabody High School. So what I'm saying is, these guys come back and they give back.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you all so much.
And the celebration will continue on the 30th. These young men will have a parade, and after the parade, we will be tailgating fun and celebrating them.
Yeah.
Nap Johnson, Russell Jones, Paul Thompson, 79, y'all be smooth and fun that comes on from 9 to 11 on 970. Yeah, Redemption's High School.
That's correct.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, guys.
10 rings.
Congratulations.
You have to put them on your feet now.
Congratulations.
Again, thank y'all so much.
Congratulations, guys.
God bless you, Coach. Be careful.
Okay.
Now for approval, minutes taken from the meeting held on March 5th, 2026. For comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. Consent calendar. 1, introduction order authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted per the size. 2, introduction order authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted construction and maintenance materials. 3, introduction order amending city council ordinance number 153-2022 related to the boundaries of city council district 2, 3, and 4, reinstating and reenacting the boundaries in ordinance number 153-2022 for district 1 and 5, and otherwise amended and reenacting Article 3 of Chapter 2, Section 2-46 through 2-50 of the Alexandria Code of Ordinances related to city council districts, amending, redistricting, and reappropriation related to the city council district 2, 3, and 4, and otherwise provided for effectiveness and other matters with respect thereto. 4, introduction ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the office of the district attorney, district related to providing services for public safety, criminal, cooperation, assistance, and other public services related. 5, introduction of ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute in-use license agreement with Everbright Incorporated for a mass communication messaging platform. Move that to file. H, resolution. 6, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for janitorial chemicals. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. 7, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for gas meters in IROC Earth. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. Number 8, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for operations supplies for electrical distribution department. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. Number 9, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for the statewide flood control capital improvement project, Augusta Avenue Fairground Machine Shop flood control. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. 10, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for the former Waxahachie building, selected demolition and exterior envelopment protection measures, Part A.
Second.
Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. Number 11, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for selected demolition and clearance of historical Greenhurst Field. Public comment, David Lynn.
Yes, sir. Where would you like me?
Like it, go ahead, David.
Thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to speak tonight. This is a cool week. I get to vote, I get to address the city council, and it's great to be in America. So, I have several concerns about the plans for demolishing all or part of Greenhurst. First of all, approximately 10 years ago, we the public voted on a tax that was to be dedicated to the Alexandria Zoo and the Greenhurst baseball field. I don't know what amount of money has been spent on the ballpark. I don't know what repairs have been made. I don't know what feasibility studies have been conducted. The reason for my ignorance is I didn't find out about this vote until about 1:15 today, and I had to put out some brush fires at the office. But I think the public needs to know how much money was raised for this and where did it go? And what did we ever contemplate doing? I'm a little concerned that with the dearth of activity over there, maybe there never really was a viable plan. Again, I don't know, but I think we need to find that out. So a feasibility study, I would like to know about that. If it was done before the vote, which I think would have been prudent, or even if it was done after the vote, has it been updated? What were the results of that? There are some other concerns I have from a historical perspective. If you contemplate what's going on along that street, you have Bolton about to undergo, is it $200 million worth of renovations? You have the Greenhurst Golf Course still there. You have the zoo, which has received the benefit of some funding from the tax that we passed 10 or so years ago. You have Big Island, and you have the little ball fields there. But as a historical, from a historical perspective and from a neighborhood perspective, I wonder whether anybody has looked into the ramifications of closing Greenhurst forever and not ever having baseball there. What does that do to that neighborhood? I don't think, I think we would all agree that's not a high-income neighborhood. Across the Lee Street, I guess it is. Where's that? Son. It's not a high-income neighborhood. What else do they have to do? Are we willing to move forever a recreational place for those folks? Are we willing to move a historical place from those folks? Are we willing to provide transportation so they can get all the way out to perhaps Johnny Downs and other places for recreation? And yes, I am aware that there are one or two baseball fields between Greenhurst and the hospital. But I really think the public needs to know more about this. I really think we need to know what has been done, what hasn't been done, what was contemplated, and what is feasible. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
So to administration like that. What I understand is basically a good cleanup, to go in and remove all the debris and stuff under there where we've had people using it for a place to sleep and other things. And clean it up, we're not getting rid of the structure itself. The structure will remain there as a monument based on, and maybe for further development on down the line. But it's, from what I've been told, it's not going away. It's going to be improved to the extent where they can use it for green space areas such as that, which they've done. They've had a couple of events out there. I think they had a movie out there and some other stuff that they've had out there. And the same like activity will continue as far as I know. The main thing right now is to get it cleaned up, get it safe, get it where you can walk around, you don't have to worry about your kids out on the playground that's out there. But the plan is not to destroy it at all.
Can I ask a question? Sure.
I don't know.
So if that's part of the plan, shouldn't it be incorporated into the motion? I mean, again, we're kind of in the dark.
Well, I mean, it's all, as I understand, it's kind of moving target. They don't know exactly what they're doing. That's why I think, Pan American is the one that's gonna work up.
Well, actually, this is, to advertise for bids. And so the way it's worded in the introduction says selective demolition and clearance. So in the bid, paperwork, it says selective demolition and clearance of the deteriorated and dilapidated elements of historic Brinkhurst Field. So, is there anyone from the administration that could give further detail on that?
But it's not gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, Mr. Gillum, Mr. Burke can speak to the scope of it. Yeah, explain what selective demolition means.
Yeah, I'll do my best. And I can only speak on behalf of this project that's in front of us this evening. I mean, basically, some of what you're saying is right, and what Mr. Fowler said is to get it safe. I guess the intended purpose right now is to remove the eyesore of the structure itself, and that comes to the end goal of intending to preserve, the historical part of the park there. But this includes, part of the project includes removal of some of the old wooden storage rooms, the meeting rooms, the old wooden press box, that stays vandalized all the time, the freezers, the coolers, all those wooden type structures, and remove other trash and debris that's on the project site itself as well. So getting it safe, removing some of the wooden stuff that keeps getting vandalized and keeps falling down, that's a hindrance to the public. That's the point of this project, this particular project anyway, is to remove those type items.
Thank you. Is there a way to rewrite this so it's less nebulous than it is? I mean, I have been given some guidance here, but that's not, to be honest with you, that's not the resolution. That means there's no compulsion to adhere to it. What this gentleman told us is what I think Ms. Felter told us and what you told us is not in here. Why isn't it in there?
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. This is to advertise for bids. This is not a contract, Mr. Lynn. This is not, ladies and gentlemen of council, this is not awarding something. This is the legal process that we're required because of this particular kind of demolition requires a public bid consideration. That's a later date. When the bid package is put together, you'll see the details. The bid documents will be issued. We'll get some quotes. The administration will review them. And sometimes we don't even go any further than advertising for bids. Maybe something comes in above a budget. But this matter will come back to the council with more detail on specifics at a later date. We're required to give so much time by notice and publications, and it probably will be a couple of months before anything is brought back to the council where there will be definitive matters taken. In other words, nothing's going to be torn down today or tomorrow as a result of this.
Mr. Guest, I appreciate that. We'll have a chance to talk about it more when that next step comes. But I too noticed the engineer's cost estimate of this selective demonstration is in excess of $300,000. So that's more than just tearing down a couple little shanties.
I thought it said 90,000.
Yes. Am I looking on the wrong one?
Yeah, you're wrong.
90,000 still a lot of money. 90,000.
Mr. Gill, Mr. Ritter, I thought it was between 80 and 90. Okay, my mistake. I was looking at the next item, but anyhow, the next meeting, when we have our next meeting on this, hopefully we will have some more specific details on exactly what is intended to do.
Yes, sir, and I promise I'm going to be quiet. But again, I think if we have a figure or a range of figures for the cost of this, I think all that should be in the resolution. I don't like nebulous laws. I don't like nebulous resolutions, and this one, in all honesty, it appears to be nebulous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance of final adoption subject to public hearing. 12, to consider final adoption ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating supplies for the gas department. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 13, consider final adoption ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating supplies for the wastewater department. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 14, consider final adoption ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for cast ductile iron. Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 15, consider final adoption authorize the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for electric meters and accessories. The administration has requested that this item be delayed for 2 weeks. Need a motion? Public comment to delay. All in favor? Just delay for 2 weeks. So you can come back to 2 weeks. 16, to consider final adoption ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for sewer replacement on Marie Street. The administration requested this be delayed for 2 weeks also. Public comment, discussion, all in favor of delaying it for 2 weeks? Motion carries. 17, consider final adoption ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for janitorial supplies. The administration has requested this item be delayed for 2 weeks also. I need a motion for delay. Public comment, discussion, all in favor of delay for 2 weeks? Motion delayed. 18, could we get this one in? To consider final adoption ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a grant agreement, the substitute agreements with the city of Shreveport to receive federal funding under the Project Safe Neighborhood Grant. We have one person to talk, Mr. Cornelius, on this matter.
Yes, sir, everybody. Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr., 3638 10th Street, Alexandria, Louisiana, 71302. And my phone number is area code 318-446-6934. Now, I just saw this white fellow speak without interruption, and I get shouted down and told to shut up. And I just want to understand something. Why does he get to speak and ask different questions? Once he was through, he wasn't supposed to be able to ask nothing. Now, he was able to ask whatever he wanted to and everything. So what makes him different than me? I know, he's white and I'm black, and that's what makes the difference. But on this thing, so are we getting money from Shreveport, or are we giving money to Shreveport?
No, Mr. White, Shreveport has been designated the people to handle this grant for the whole north part of the state.
Oh, so they're coming for the north part, we're in the central part of the
Well,
state.
we're considering the north part of it, sir.
So.
The other people can.
No, but I'm just asking, is there any amount or whatever?
Yeah, it's federal funds.
Yeah, I understand.
And so it's $20,000 in federal funds that comes down to us. And just the way that this grant is Shreveport is the head of it, and we do fall under the north part.
Okay, I see. Okay, so have y'all decided, because, we've had a lot of crimes and problems, have y'all decided where you're gonna put this money, or can we have, like Mr. Johnson asked, to have some meetings about crime and problems in the different districts and everything? Can we have some open meetings about that?
I think that's a great idea, Mr. White. One of the things is there are actual neighborhood groups that already meet. I know in my district, we have 2 that meet every month. And so within those meetings, the police department does come and they give us a crime report. And,
Okay.
we also know who our officers are that normally
Okay.
patrol those
I
meetings.
understand that, but why won't we have a public meeting here? Y'all call these different meetings, then you call them off and stuff like that. The mayor delays things, so you gotta wait 2 weeks on that. Why don't we have these meetings at, we have people dying out here, and we need to be talking to each other.
Absolutely. I think when we have our neighborhood meetings, it gives us a chance to talk to the people that are in that
Right,
community.
but I'm talking about having a public meeting on, safety, on public safety, having it up here, and, you know, having it at about 5 when you have your regular meetings on a different meeting days.
I think it's good, Mr. White, what you're saying, but also I think it's more intimate when we have it in the neighborhood.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Which is better when we wanna know what's going on or a person on a certain street, because as we see in the room, everybody doesn't come to the council meeting, but in those neighborhood watch group meetings, I know mine, we have maybe about 20 people in each of them, which is the people that live in the neighborhood that can, they can talk with, feel more comfortable talking with those officers, talking with the people in the community, because, you know, we're on TV right now, we're on.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
So some people don't wanna speak in front of
Okay, I
them.
understand
So
that.
come to the neighborhood watch group meetings, and you can go to the different.
But
ones
why
that
don't,
aren't.
why don't we have, years ago, we had these crime meetings and stuff.
We can go to the time.
That's what I'm saying, let's just have a crime meeting where we can have the ones that wanna speak out that are unafraid, okay? I'm unafraid, I've dealt with death threats and stuff.
So I think it's best.
Why don't you put that on the agenda? We'll have a public meeting about public safety. I understand what you're saying, each little, district has their own meetings, that's fine. But we need to have a general meeting for the whole city.
So
That's
let's
all.
do this, Mr. White. This is what I tell everybody that calls me. Put your tennis shoes on, roll your sleeves up. You wanna have that meeting, I'll get with you, but we won't do it as a city council meeting to do that. If you wanna.
Well, why don't we did it before in the past,
So
that's
like I
all
just
I'm
said,
saying, we did
that's
it
fine,
before.
and that's the past. Let's move forward. The way we can move
Oh,
forward.
okay, all right.
I'll work with you, but I'm
Well,
telling you.
let us have a meeting here open where people can see it, either on Facebook or KLB Live, or
Okay.
the city council.
So let's get together and put it together, put tennis shoes on with me, so we can get it done.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. 19, consider final ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Crossroads Soccer Association and other matters related to the move. Ms. Bell?
Good afternoon, my name is Ms. Bell, I live in District 2, and hopefully I can get some answers to these questions pertaining to this cooperative endeavor agreement with Crossroads Soccer Administration. The first question is, when did the current contract expire?
Do we have anyone from the administration that can assist Ms. Bell in this question?
Should be recreation, in the back recreation.
What are the new terms and conditions of this agreement?
And we have no one from administration?
Ms. Perry, I think if we could get these questions ahead of time, we could have it more air.
If we could get the ordinance.
I mean, it's kind of on.
It's on the agenda.
Ms. Corley might be.
I'm reclaiming my time, okay?
Okay.
I'm reclaiming my time, so let's start over.
You don't get
How
to-
much, oh, yes, I do, if you interrupt me,
Ma'am,
Mr. Kiss.
you can-
What? I'm reclaiming my time.
Well, the time is set.
How much will
The
the
time,
city
Ms. Bell,
make?
the time is set by the
How much will the city make?
I don't believe the city's gonna make anything. Crossroads runs the soccer operations, which they've done for many years. And they have, hundreds of kids, black, white, Hispanic, out there playing. If you've ever been out there, you see there's hundreds and hundreds of kids that play. And Crossroads does an excellent job of coordinating all that. They don't make money off of it. In fact, they came to us a few months ago and were willing to build and donate a pavilion out there to the city for them to use. So it's not a money-making opportunity. They run this program, they give scholarships to kids that can afford to pay for the tuition to play. They supply uniforms to them. They do a yeoman's job of running this program. And we're strictly making cooperative endeavor, an agreement with them to run the program for the summer, as we have for many years in the past. So it's not a money-making situation.
Would it be helpful for us to read you and the public our information that's in our binder?
It would be helpful if
Okay.
you would do that when you do the ordinance, so people can understand it in plain English.
Well, Ms. Bell, you know what, I'll give you mine.
Ms. Perry, I appreciate you, but,
I understand.
okay. My next question, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, let's do this. When an association or whatever puts something on the agenda, let them have them present so they can speak. It's kind of throws us off when we look around and nobody can speak on it, kind of make us feel. I don't play soccer, but we should have someone in here to speak on.
Well, they're not requesting any money. They're requesting the use of Johnnytown Soccer Complex and the indoor soccer facility. The only in-kind services that's requested is trash and janitorial upkeep as scheduled by Parks and Recreation.
So with the soccer field, this is a question for me. Is Crossroads charged a fee like when you use the football stadium or the baseball stadium? Is there a fee for that as well?
Not for admittance. Might be a fee to be in the program, but they furnish scholarships for those that can afford it.
No, I'm talking about to use that, those soccer fields out there. So that's a whole different
Yeah,
thing than using baseball and
Yes.
football.
Yes, ma'am.
So what makes it different than the other?
Because they do give us, the people don't use the soccer field because soccer is a different sport. They have association, one of the major associations in the whole state. And that's the only, they don't have travel soccer teams like they have travel baseball teams. They have one association, and these people are members of this association. That's the only people who do soccer in the state.
So this is like an in-kind from the city too, is that?
Yeah, more or less.
Ms. Felter, what was that last part that you read?
In-kind service requested trash and janitorial upkeep as scheduled by Parks and Recreation.
So Parks and Recreation pays for the maintenance of, operations, what about security? The cleanup of the place, janitorial service, who pays for that? Or do the soccer team get out there and pick up trash and all that kind of stuff?
I think the administration would need to answer those questions.
What it says right there, that the in-kind services are trash pickup.
Yeah. I mean, well, I can only speak on what's black and white.
So the city pays for it, if it's doing trash pickup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ma'am, this is a service that these people do for us free of charge. We don't have to, the city does not have the facilities to run a soccer program. We don't have the manpower, we don't have all that stuff to do. These people are doing it for us. So the city of Alexandria can't have soccer for the youth.
And the city of Alexandria pays for what I just mentioned?
Yes.
Well, we do.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
We do trash pickup.
Pay for the fields and maintenance of the fields.
Do they also do that at other parks?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Every one of them.
So when will I know, disregard?
Would you like us to give you answers on your other questions that you already
Well-
said?
It seemed like nobody knew the answers.
Well, then we can get you the answers, but would you like them?
I would like to make a suggestion when you put stuff on here to make it plain and simple so that people can understand it. And maybe you won't have me coming back asking questions.
Ma'am, the agenda comes out on Tuesday, the week before the meeting. So when you get the agenda there, if you have any questions, you can contact the clerk, contact administration with your questions, and they'll have all your answers for you. Okay?
Yes, okay.
I'm just trying to make it easy on everyone.
It would be easier if you did what I just said.
And
Okay.
I'm agreeing with Ms. Bell, because we have this meeting on Tuesdays, and people get up and ask questions that we don't have the answer to. That makes us look foolish. These items are from the administration, so somebody from the administration should be able to answer these questions if we don't have the answer.
When these items are put on the agenda, do you guys have an input on them? Oh, wow.
Wow.
So who makes the decisions to put
Let
this
me,
agenda together? I'm not talking to you, Mr. Ruby. I'm talking to Ms.
You address the whole,
Perry. I'm addressing Ms.
you
Perry.
address the whole council.
I'm addressing Ms. Perry, Mr. Valor. So Ms. Perry, if you have that answer for me, could you please
Yes,
give me that answer? I appreciate it.
and I'll
Thank
give
you.
you Ms. Bell.
Ms. McCall?
All right, so we're talking about this Crossroads Association. As we know, the history between dealing with Johnny Downs and these associations that have exclusive rights to use Johnny Downs. We know you spent $11 million on Johnny Downs, and everybody does not have rights to use Johnny Downs. So does Crossroads have exclusive use of the fields, is one of my questions. Is there a calendar with dates Crossroads have the use of the fields? Does Crossroads have keys for access to the facilities? And can the general public use the soccer fields at that park? Because you're giving endeavors to these people, but everybody doesn't have access to Johnny Downs, and we know they don't. So can I get an answer to any of these questions? Can Crossroads, do they have exclusive?
no, they do
Rights
not
to-
have exclusive rights.
So do anybody can use Johnny Downs?
It's organized sports that apply to the city in order to be able to use it. There's baseball, there's
Okay, I'm
softball,
gonna ask
all
you.
these things go on, but individuals can't get together.
I didn't say individuals, I said other people, can other people use that other than associations?
Other than associations? Probably.
And why can't just people come and play baseball there? Something that they pay for, why can't they? And why do they have exclusive rights to it? Crossroads, and is it Dixie League, the only two that can use those?
No, it's not exclusive.
Okay,
It's not
so
exclusive
who else
to
can
them.
use it in the
I don't have a
city?
list of the organizations that use it.
Uh-huh.
It's not exclusive, but I can tell you that just a group of people just get together, let's say, let's go to Johnny Downs to play baseball. No, that's not allowed. It's gotta be prearranged.
Why?
It's a cooperative endeavor, is what it takes.
That's why we got a corporate endeavor
So,
here.
no, okay, so you just answered my question. Cynthia and Mr. Washington, y'all need to think before y'all agree on this. Because your districts are not getting this.
Absolutely. So, Ms. McCall,
Yes.
you said my district isn't getting anything.
District one, you have an association that has access to Johnny Downs?
So Johnny Downs is in my district.
Okay, but can you bring a whole group of people there and play baseball,
So
or
they have-
football, or soccer?
So to answer, they have a
Yes or
calendar.
no? I asked yes or no.
If it's,
Do
if
you
it's,
have rights to play there?
it has to be done in order.
I understand.
So everybody, it's not what we call an open park.
Why isn't it? They pay for it, the city pay for it, the citizens pay for it, so why
Okay,
isn't it?
so everything has to be done in order. And that's one of those parks where you can't just go.
Why not?
That's the way it is.
Okay, that's the point you made my point. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
You're welcome.
Any more discussion?
Yes, I think, Ms. Corley, can you explain what the difference between an open park and then a park like this is for us? Because I think that's important so that people don't feel like there's no favoritism in way.
It's been like that. Don't try to fix it. Don't put a bow on it, because it's not.
There are certain parks that are open, there are certain parks that are, that's what Mr. Washington was trying to say.
I understand open park and closed park.
No, that's not closed parks.
Yeah, I mean, closed, whoever.
So just some have to be reserved and given
All
over.
of them have to be reserved, because I reserved Franklin Hunter. So I know they all should be reserved. I'm just saying, y'all put too much on Johnny Downs, and everybody doesn't have rights to it. And these people pay for it. Their taxpayer money pays for Johnny Downs, and everybody's child cannot play at Johnny Downs. So don't say they can, because they can't.
Can I speak to it?
Yes,
Yes,
thank
please.
you, I didn't realize you were here.
The youth complex is always open. Anybody can use the youth complex. As far as Johnny Downs, to respond to her question, we have a calendar. Anybody can use Johnny Downs. Once it's on the calendar, we schedule it out, and anybody who chooses to use Johnny Downs may use Johnny Downs. We make sure that it's open, once it's put on the calendar, and everybody in the city have the right to it as long as we get it put on the calendar. But the youth complex is always open for anybody to use. Can you let them know where is the youth complex? The youth complex is what we typically would call it the Green Complex, and that's 6 fields are there, and that's
That's not Johnny
always,
Downs.
and that is open. Johnny Downs, even Crossroads, if that is need to be utilized, they can call us, we will get it put on the calendar, and they are able to use it. Anybody in the city.
You got to reserve Johnny Downs.
We have to reserve Johnny
You
Downs,
have to reserve all the parks.
but the youth complex, you don't have to reserve. The youth complex is open. But Johnny Downs, you have to reserve. And anybody is welcome to use it once we put it on the calendar.
And why is that?
Because
What makes it different from the other complexes?
there are several tournaments that's being held at Johnny Downs, and there are several people in cooperative endeavor agreements at Johnny Downs. So those people, once they schedule their events, whoever comes next, we put them on the calendar where they're able to utilize it. And anybody can use that if something is not going on
So
during that
any
particular time.
public figure, any public person can go and use Johnny Downs.
As long as it's on the calendar, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it's open to the public. We just have to get it scheduled by protocol on my calendar.
Thank you.
Who do you go through that, Mr. Fox? Is that through you?
Yes, ma'am, you can, if anybody wants to schedule that, they're welcome to call me. Dr. Keith Fox, Director of Recreation Enhancement, and I will make sure that if that date is open, we will get them on the calendar, and we'll make sure that it's open for whatever entity that wants to use it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Before we adjourn, I have to read this announcement. The council received from the mayor on March 15, 2024, proposed annual budget for 2024-2025 city operations and capital matters. The budget is in the office of the city clerk and is available for public inspection. In compliance with section 5-02 of the charter, a public hearing on the budget will be held at the regular meeting on April 16, 2024. What will publish in the town hall a general summary of the proposed budget and the public notice of the public hearing to be held on April 16, 2024 at 5 p.m. in the city council chambers at the regular council meeting. Notice that has been received.
Mr. President, are you giving me permission to put it in the newspaper?
Yes, I am. Starting in further adjourned, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Urban Cast. We appreciate you.